Hello guys, welcome to HFY Galaxy Chronicles. Please like and subscribe my channel.
The last hope of the galaxy. The stars burned red in the distance as another world died. Ambassador Kira Voss watched from the bridge of her battered ship as the planet below turned black and silent. The oceans boiled away, forests shriveled into dust, cities collapsed under their own weight. All life was gone now. 17 worlds in this sector alone, she thought, as the holo displays updated with new casualty numbers. Every time it felt worse, the Vex swarm moved faster than anyone had imagined possible. Captain Thorne stood beside her, face pale under the sickly bridge lights. Ambassador, how many this time? 17 worlds, Captain. Just in this sector. Her voice was numb, echoing in the command center, but no one else could find the words to fill the silence. The Vex weren't like anything the galaxy had ever seen. They looked like monstrous insects. Six-legged, armored, each ship built for predation and destruction. They didn't communicate. They didn't negotiate. They only devoured. When they landed on a planet, nothing was left but poisoned rock. The Allen Republic had always chosen peace. And for 1,000 years it had worked. Now, the Council's war fleets were broken, half in flight, half in ruins. The rest of the galaxy, with all its clever technology and diplomacy, was running out of time. A chime sounded at the comms station, breaking the hush. Vale, the comms officer, frowned as a message scrolled across his display. Ambassador, there's something strange. A transmission from the edge of the galaxy. Sector 7G, the dead zone. Kira blinked. No one lives there. It's where we put the dangerous worlds. A cold shiver ran down her spine, but hope, even when thin, was all that remained. Put it through. The screen flickered, and the face that appeared was almost human, but not quite. Darker skin, harder features, alert eyes, predatory and calm. The uniform was unfamiliar, dark with silver flashes at the shoulders, worn and battle-scarred. This is Admiral Marcus Kane, Earth Defense Force. We received your distress signal about something. Call the Vex Swarm. We want to help. A silence fell across the bridge. Captain Thorne's mouth worked soundlessly before he found his voice. Earth? That's a death world. Are we sure this is real? Kira stepped forward, heart pounding. You're from Earth? That's correct. We have experience with difficult invasions. Tell us your situation. Kira tried to explain the Vex, but she found herself just listing disasters planet after planet lost, billions dead, and the Council fleet running. Admiral Kane listened, his expression never changing, except for the tightening of his jaw. Want to help, Kane said, finally, because it's right. And because if we don't stop them here, they will reach Earth eventually. It was so simple, so human, and so alien. Kira nodded. How many ships can you send? All of them, Kane replied. Every ship Earth has. As the transmission ended, a new feeling began to ripple through the bridge hope, sharp and almost painful after so much loss. Unleashing the Deathworld lone base was the beating heart of Earth's defense. Admiral Kane stood in the command center as officers ran to and from glowing consoles, coordinating the launch of the greatest fleet humanity had ever built. For decades, Earth had watched the stars and quietly prepared. They had been called dangerous, primitive, even monsters by the other civilizations, but Earth had survived everything its own world had thrown at it. Now, those lessons would be put to the test. General Roberts, grizzled and gray, stood at Kane's elbow. We've never done this before. No human fleet has ever fought a war beyond our system. We fight or we die, General, Kane replied. But not just for ourselves, for them. Dr. Alina Rodriguez, head of xenobiology, scrolled through intercepted Vex data. These things aren't just conquerors. They consume everything. They don't just kill, they erase. Which means, Dr. Park said softly, if we fail, there's no one left to warn us next time. As the Earth fleet thundered into the void, every vessel bore the mark of a death world hard edges, black armor, bristling with weapons built for 1,000 threats. Over 2,000 ships, the largest fleet ever assembled by a single world. On the flagship Indomitable, Admiral, Kane's eyes flicked over the tactical displays. In every crew member's heart was a grim determination they might not survive. But they would show the galaxy how Deathworlders fought Dot at the edge of the Altarian system. The human fleet emerged into chaos. The sky was on fire, debris everywhere. The black shadows of Vex bioships soaring through the ruins. The human ships broke formation instantly, scattering like startled fish, evading weapons fire. Searching for allies, on the bridge of the Stormbringer, Captain James Mitchell braced as energy bolts exploded across the shields. We're being hailed multiple frequencies, alien, some hostile, some pleading. Put them through. Mitchell's snap-alien voices filled the speaker's fear, anger, confusion. But one broke through. Unknown ships, identify yourselves. This is a combat. Zone withdraw or be destroyed. This is Captain Mitchell, Earth Defense Force. We're here to help you fight the Vex Swarm. A stunned silence. Earth, Deathworlders. That's impossible. Mitchell almost grinned. Surprise. Humanity joins the fight, Ambassador. Kira Voss stared at her tactical display as the human ships advanced. They moved with a precision and aggression she had never seen. Every alien ship she'd ever encountered flew in beautiful, predictable patterns, formations designed for mutual support. But the humans darted and wove, unpredictable and deadly, moving straight into the heart of the Vex Swarm. Kira's comes. Chimed. Ambassador, the humans request permission to send Marines to help defend our ships from boarders. She hesitated, glancing at the images streaming in from the outer Hullvex pods landing, slicing through metal. Her security forces were panicking. Permission granted. Docking Bay 7 is clear. Within minutes, Kira watched a human shuttle touch down. The soldiers who emerged looked like monsters, black armor, glowing visors, massive weapons. There, leader, Lieutenant Commander Alex Torres, took off his helmet, revealing scars and cold blue eyes. We're here to help. The first Vex breached the Bay 6-legged, armored, oozing acid. The Altarian defenders froze, but the humans moved like wolves. Guns thundered. The Vex died. Torres hurled one across the room. Another Marine smashed. A Vex to pieces with a rifle butt. A third drew a glowing knife and began carving through alien flesh. They fought without fear or hesitation. Kira realized she had never seen real violence before. The humans even laughed as the Vex poured through. Contact. Multiple hostiles. Bay 7, Torres shouted. The battle lasted only minutes. When it was over, the humans stood, weapons smoking, among the bodies of the Vex. Torres turned to Kira, calm as ever. You okay? She nodded, unable to speak. Good, that was just the warm-up. The real fight's coming. On every front, human ships joined the defense. Their strategies wild and effective. Where other fleets would break, humans pressed forward. Where others would retreat, humans counterattacked. In space, the Deathworlders were as dangerous as the monsters they fought. Deathworld doctrine, the arrival of Earth's full fleet, turned the tide. 2,000 ships, each built for survival on a world that tried to kill its inhabitants every day, joined the battered forces of the galaxy. The flagship Indomitable coordinated the assault, with Admiral Kane overseeing the defense and counterattack. On a secure channel, Colonel Maria Santos explained Earth's Deathworld doctrine to the assembled alien commanders. Your species evolved on gentle worlds, she said, showing them the terrifying images of Earth's volcanoes, deserts, storms, and predators. Ours did not. Our entire civilization was shaped by the struggle to survive. We fight because that's all our world ever taught us. The aliens listened in shock and awe as Santos detailed human tactics deception. Relentless attacks, fighting dirty when needed. There are no rules in war, only survival. The Vex weren't used to facing enemies that didn't break. Human ships took damage that would cripple most others, kept fighting, and came back for more. Marines waged brutal boarding actions. Inside shattered hulls, using every trick and weapon Earth's bloody history had taught them. The galaxy watched, horrified and amazed, as humans stood between the Vex and the last free worlds. The final stand, the Vex responded with their own horror mothership. 3 times larger than any seen before appeared at the edge of the system. It began launching thousands of attack pods toward the remaining defenders. On the Altarian flagship, Kira watched in terror. There was no way to stop so many at once, but Torres and his Marines were ready. "Lock down every entrance," he barked. "Hold the line. No Vex past this deck." The fighting raged for hours. Humans and aliens, side by side, held the corridors against endless waves of monsters. At the same time, in space, Captain Mitchell led the Stormbringers squadron in a desperate assault on the mothership's weak points, directing suicide. Runs, deploying boarding torpedoes, anything to buy time. Admiral Kane, on Indomitable, made the hardest call of all. Prepare the Graviton warheads, target the Vex mothership. It was the kind of weapon no one else dared use. The risk to everyone was immense. "Sorry, if we miss, we won't," Kane said, quiet and certain. The warheads launched. The mothership shattered in a wave of blue-white fire. The surviving Vex ships scattered, their coordination lost. Across the system, the attackers fell back. The defense held. For the first time, the galaxy saw Vex ships retreat. When it was over, Kira stood in the docking bay beside Torres and Mitchell, watching the human wounded get patched up by their own medics. "You saved us," she said, voice shaking. "You saved everyone." Torres smiled, tired but proud. "We're Deathworlders, Ambassador. We fight, and if you ever need us again, you know who to call." The galaxy had cried for help. Earth had answered with a fleet, asterisk,